So I want to tell you guys a little bit of a story about why it's so important to get a home inspection, especially for older properties. Last year, I think it was, we were shopping for our second income property or second rental property, and we found this house in downtown Barrie. It was a legal duplex, so it had a loft unit on top, and then it had the main unit. Then it had a basement that we were planning on retrofitting to become a triplex. It wasn't a crazy seller's market, so we were able to put in a conditional offer. And one of those conditions was a home inspection. Again, this was an older house. It was about, I think, 75 years old or so. And so in the home inspection, it was flagged, or it came up that there might be asbestos. So we had to do further investigation, and upon this investigation, we determined that it was actually asbestos. And so if you leave asbestos alone, then it could be okay. It doesn't necessarily have to become problematic unless you actually disturb it. So if you do any kind of renovations, and we weren't sure, we didn't want to take that risk. What if we did have to do renovations and, somehow need to kind of touch the attic? So we didn't want to take that chance. So we went back to the seller and said, okay, will you remedy the situation? Will you fix it? And he said, no, but I'll give you $15,000 off the purchase price. Now, that might seem like a lot, but when you actually think about it, $15K off the purchase price doesn't give you the hard capital to actually make these alterations. So when you look at it from a mortgage perspective and you look at it as a down payment, it was only about $1,000 less that we had to put down as our 20%. Obviously, if you're paying full cash, then yes, it will make a difference. But for most people who need a mortgage, it didn't really help us too much. And so we said, okay, well, either you give us the hard cash to fix this or fix it yourself, or the deal falls through. And so he didn't want to deal with it. He didn't want to give up the hard cash. So the deal did unfortunately fall through. And then what happened was he had to take the property off the market, because now that he knew about the asbestos, he had to, by law, disclose that to any potential buyers. So we dodged a bullet there. So happy that we didn't end up going through with that, because that's just a headache we definitely didn't need and a lot of money we didn't want to spend. So moral of the story, always get a home inspection for older properties.